It's your girl Melly. It's your girl Melly. It's your girl Melly. It's your girl Melly. Oh my god, I just get carried away with that whole thing. Yeah, like a lot has been happening. Before I get into it, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Melanie Ramdeen and I am the co-founder of Don't Speak Defeat to Me, and here I will be bringing videos on life, dating. Maybe later on I might bring some hacks, some fashion tips, whatnot. Currently I have a new series out, Dating 101. Do check that out. There's a playlist on my channel, Dating 101 and Testimony Time. Do check that out if you want to get to know more about what I think about dating and whatnot. And if you're not new to my channel, hey boy, hey girl, welcome back. Yes. So how are you guys? Are you guys okay? How are you feeling with the whole outbreak of the coronavirus? It has finally hit Trinidad and Tobago, and I have to say people are panicking. Why they're panicking, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll get back to you. Yes, I understand it's a life-threatening disease, but why worry when you know you have Jesus on your side? So that's one thing I'm not really worried about, that whole corona, because I'm covered under the blood, I'm sanctified by the blood. However, I'm not, just because I'm saying I'm not worried about it, it doesn't mean I'm not being cautious. I'm not taking my precautions. I am not following the necessary directions that I have to do, and I am also praying and covering myself daily. One thing we must not forget in this season is to pray and ask God to continue to cover us and protect us and keep us. So, being said, let's get straight into the video. So this video today is another, I'm gonna say episode. Why do I say episode? Every time I am filming a video for Dating 101, I always want to say episode. No, this is another video for Dating 101, and this video is letting go. This video is on letting go. And when I mean letting go, you mean like letting go in dating? Yeah, letting go, like how to deal with letting go, how to deal with the breakups, how to deal with people that God say are not for you. How do you let them go? How do you handle that situation? So this video is going to touch on everything I've just said. So letting go. You know, sometimes we meet a guy, we meet a girl, and they're everything that we want in a person or in a spouse or in a partner. And this doesn't necessarily mean dating as well, it can mean for friendship as well. And we meet them and we're like, you know what, I really like this person, I vibe with this person, you know. In some cases they're Christian, in some cases they're not, and you just connect with them and you're vibing really good, conversation is flowing, you're happy with them, you know, you feel like you can speak and open up and talk with them, and boom, God tells you this person is not the person for you, let them go. And you're like, God, how do I do that? Like, because you're already connected to that person emotionally, and you're also connected to that person mentally, and you're probably on the verge of being connected to them spiritually. So, and you're like, how do I let go? How do I let go of a person that I'm so attracted to, that I'm so drawn to? You're like a moth to a flame, you know, the chemistry is off the charts, and you're like, yes, this is it. And in your head you're like, you found the one, but God is telling you now, he is not the one, she is not the one. How do we handle something like that? And you know, it takes complete complete and total obedience. When he says to let them go, he means to let them go, because sometimes he is seeing something down in the future that we're not seeing. That's something that will happen, something that will take place, and he doesn't want you to be hurt, because as his children, he doesn't want his children to suffer. So when he says to let go, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be hard. But how I got through it was okay, so first of all, I will just give you guys a story. There was this guy that I met. I really liked him. He was funny, he was attractive to the eyes, and I was like, okay, some things we were not connected on, like we were unequally yoked and was unevenly yoked. But sometimes, because we're so connected to that person, and we're so the vibe and the energy and the connection to that person, that we feel that we're willing to allow certain things to pass. We're allowing to allow, okay, well, maybe I could bring him to Christ, maybe I could draw him to God, or maybe if the person is in a backsliding state, maybe I could bring her back to God or something like that. And we're negotiating with ourselves basically, and we're like, I'm willing to let this slide because he's making up for it in this way. But some of the things that we're willing to let slide are major deal breakers that we, in our normal senses, hear me when I'm saying normal senses, because when we meet someone and we begin to like that person, sometimes common sense flies out the window. I'm being real with you guys, I'm being raw. Sometimes common sense fly, and like things that you will not usually do, you begin doing, and in your head you're like, what are you doing? But like, you're like, it's for this person. I want to show them that if they're in this thing 100%, I can be in this thing 100%. But somewhere deep down inside of you, that those major red flags that you're seeing is not worth the risk. And back to my story. I went off, and I was like, okay, this person, and then like I was like, there are certain things I was seeing, I was like, I can't be with this, because I am so much ingrained in ministry and in God's work that I don't see it working out, but I was willing to let it slide. And I remember it had one particular moment that we went out with the person, and we weren't even dating, we were just talking as friends. And I went out with the person, and like in that moment I felt like the Holy Spirit conviction hit me. Like I was talking and I just got quiet. Just got really quiet. I felt conviction hit me. I felt like my spirit. I felt like, when you get tasered and you you can't move. I felt like that, and I was like, I just heard the Holy Spirit say, get out. So I came home. I left. I came home, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna drop this person, I'm gonna cut off this person. And she's like, okay, cool. And then saying you're going to do it is one thing, but actually doing it is another. So it's really hard when, and then you're like, okay, God, this is where I went to God. This is so my first step is when you can't when you're struggling to let go to God. And I went to God, and I was like, God, I need your strength, I need you to step in, I need you. Like all the questions I had on my heart, like all the questions, I just poured it out onto him. I was like, God, show me where I went wrong, show me if I should stay, if I shouldn't go. I don't want to make a mistake, I don't want to miss my life partner because I'm scared, or a voice of this. I was making I knew it was the voice of God, but I was still making up excuses for me to stay in this situation. and he sent his warning with a very close with my mentor. He sent his warning, and basically it was like, get out, leave, right out, like out, no, this is not the person, no. And it truly was, it was heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie, it was heartbreaking that I had to backtrack, because I started to invest so much time in this person, and I had to backtrack and be like, okay. And I had to cry out. I literally was in tears for days. Like, I was going into the depths of depression, but I wasn't in depression. But I was entering into that stage of depression, because I was just like, God, I just need you. I just need you. And that's why I asked God for him to come in, cleanse me, purify me, disconnect me. And that's another tip. When you have a connection so deep like that, you have to ask God to disconnect, sever the ties with that person, so that when you do walk away, that if they do decide to call or come back in anytime in the future, you're not going to drop everything and run back to them, because you have now severed ties with them. That's, the past is in the past. So it was really, so my first tip is be completely obedient when he speaks. Second tip, when he sends his warning, he sends it and he confirms it. And sometimes if we don't listen to the confirmation, he's going to confirm it again, he's going to confirm it again, until he decides to step in for himself. Third is, besides obedience, the third one is total surrender. You have to surrender totally, because you can't say, God, take over and take charge, but you're still holding on. You have to allow him to come in and do what he's supposed to do. So total surrendering is one, and then disconnecting yourself from the person, severing that tie. So you have to sever that tie and disconnect yourself. You pray and say, God, disconnect me from this person. I sever every tie, every connection that I have with them, emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually, mentally. You disconnect yourself from that person and you cover yourself under the blood. And that way, when you have disconnected, that if they do come back, you're not just going to, you're not going to falter. However, sometimes if you're not strong enough and they do come back, God, sometimes you have to lean on God for his strength. So my other tip would be, I lost track of what number I want. 4, 5. My other tip would be, lean on God for his strength, because sometimes we can't get through that breakup, we can't get through that heartbreak, we can't get through that process of letting go without God's input, without God's strength, without his peace, without his love, without his grace. We cannot do it without God. So that is how I allowed myself. And like, one thing is, I would always say obedience is important. When you hear the voice of God speaks, he is speaking, you have to listen to what he is saying and be obedient. If he says run, run. If he says to lock off, lock off. And most times counterfeits come our way, and when they do come and he says to lock them off, we have to lock them off, because sometimes counterfeits come as distractions to keep us away from our purpose, and they try to stop us from fulfilling and reaching our purpose, reaching our goal. So most of the time I block them. I sound very them, like it's like if I have so much, but no, like, you have to block. If you have to go to that level to protect yourself, there is no harm in blocking. Welcome to the block and delete ministry. Welcome to the stay in your lane ministry. That's the kind of ministry I am in right now. Stay in your lane, mind your business, and block and delete. Any person that is not serving purpose to my life, not adding purpose to my life, block and delete. You got to go. Because we're in a season, and I'm in a season where things are changing. I am moving, I'm leveling up, and if you are dead weight to me, you have to go. Whether you're friends, whether you're family, whether you may be boyfriend, whatever you may be, you have to go. Because if you're only going to hold me back from doing God's work, I was placed on this earth to do His work. And if you're going to stop me from fulfilling that because I want to please you, then something is wrong on me. And if I am always preaching I want to be a God pleaser instead of a people pleaser, then I cannot have people that I want to please around me and put them in front of God. And if they cannot understand that it's God first and everything else after, then they are not the one. They are not the one. They are not the one. If they can't understand that my walk with Christ is first, my relationship with God is first, then everything else can come after. They won't be able to serve and help you fulfill your purpose. And like I said earlier, you need somebody who are equally yoked and evenly yoked. So when I say evenly, I mean like, because we can have somebody who's a Christian, but you need to have somebody who understands your level of sacrifice that you're giving out. That if you know that you're accustomed to that you're used to getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning and you're going back to sleep at 6 a.m. and you get back up 8 a.m. to get ready to go to work. Or if you know you go to sleep at 7 p.m. in the night, you get up at 12, you pray till 3 and you go back to sleep. They have to be able to understand your patterns, your habits, why you're doing what you're doing. Because if they can't understand that, they can't serve the purpose that God has on your life. They can't help you flow in the anointing that you have on your life. They can't help your vision and your assignment on your life to come to pass. So you have to have someone who is evenly yoked as well as equally yoked. So back to letting go. So I know a lot of people may be going through this whole struggle. You're like, how am I gonna get through this? Like, I really, like, you fall in love with that person, so like you're in love with that person, so but sometimes it's better to let go than God makes you let go. Trust me. And it's better to let go than to hold on and cause yourself more pain. It's also, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel the pain. It's okay to go through the emotions. But just remember, when you're going through that emotion, God is with you. And all things work together for them that love the Lord. And He will never give you something that will hurt you. So I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I'm just following as the Holy Spirit. So sometimes you may be in a relationship and you're being hurt. And you're like, but God, I love this person. And in your head, you have made up your mind, this is the one. But they have been hurting you continuously, time after time. Listen, God is probably telling you in your ear, let go. Leave, walk away. Sometimes we have to walk away from things that we love and cherish plenty. Because as the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. Sometimes it requires sacrifice. And sometimes we have to sacrifice certain relationship because they in the end they will only cause us pain, or they serve us no purpose. And when I mean they serve us no purpose, because we can have people around us that genuinely love us, but deep down inside there's some form of jealousy, there's some form of hatred, there's some form of envy that is in them. towards you. And remember, we don't see people's innermost thoughts. We don't see people's heart. We don't see how people think. God sees. And when he sees, he knows who's bad. He knows who's talking about you behind your back. So when he tells you to let that person go, let that person go. Because he's telling you to let that person go for a reason. I'm not going to go any more further with this. So yeah, like whatever was the 5 or 4 tips I said earlier on, if you follow those tips, I guarantee it will help. I can guarantee you that it will help. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video and help. Let's get this playlist and these videos to 100 likes. You know, I just want to thank everybody that views and watch and, you know, listen to my videos. I'm loving the support. I'm loving it. It's, to be honest, I was very nervous to start this channel, but by the grace of God, I am here and I am confident enough to do it. So like, share, comment, turn on your post notifications, and if you went through something similar like me, comment down below and let me know. Share your story with me. Maybe as I share my story and you share your story, we can touch someone and help someone go through their journey. Because, you know, sometimes we go through things for a reason. Because I always believe this, that we go through things for a reason. Because sometimes we're going to meet, sometime in the future, we're going to meet someone that's going through it, and we're going to be able to help them get through it because we already overcame it. So I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment down below. I will put all the links to my playlist and my previous videos in the description box down below. Go follow me on my page, Don't Speak Defeat to Me. Go follow me on my Instagram at Don't Speak Defeat and at Mel's Ramdin, my 2 Instagrams. I'm going to put it up somewhere on the screen here. Go follow me and let's tell somebody about Jesus. Be strong and courageous. I love you. God loves you. Stay blessed. Bleep, 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 bleep. Stay Be blessed. I love you. Bye.